Welcome to the Parashat Pointers, where we talk about some things that we can learn from the Parashat to help us as we raise our children, raise our students, and all those around us. In this week's Parashat, the Torah goes to great length to explain to us the gifts that the princes from each one of the 12 tribes of Israel gave on the day that they opened up the Mishkan, the tabernacle. It was an unbelievable day. And they all gave the exact same gifts. And when you go through the Pisukim, you see they gave pans, and they gave types of animals, and gold and silver, tons of stuff. But it was identical. So now you would think that the Torah would just list what they gave and then have all the names. But no, the Torah goes out of its way to say over and over again, 12 times, and to repeat, spending over 80 Pisukim to just tell us what they gave. Why would the Torah waste so much space, so to speak? We know that the Torah doesn't waste a letter. Even the crowns on the letters has unbelievable significance. Why did the Torah repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it? And it turns out this is probably the longest parasha. I believe it is 176 Pisukim. Maybe that's one of the reasons why. The Ramban answers so magnificently. And he says, you know why Hashem did that? Because he didn't want any of those princes to feel slighted. Maybe they would feel bad. Maybe their name would be number 5 on the list. So each one, he said their name, and he listed the gift. To give hashivut, to make them feel important. How do we learn from Hashem how to treat the people around us, but especially our children? Do our children feel unique and special? When we're talking to our children, are we listening to them? Do we value them not because of the things that they do, but just for who they are? We know that there's they don't even know how many, but they're saying there's 100 billion stars out there. Why are we compared to the stars? Hashem compares us to the stars. You know why? Because even though they all may look the same, Hashem counts each one, and each one is special. There's so many, and they're all the same. Doesn't matter. They're special to me. Our children must feel special. We need to call them. You know, right now all the Rabbi are talking how when we teach on Zoom, you can't just speak to the class anymore, because if you don't focus on each kid, if you're on the phone or if you're on the Zoom, they're not going to be part of what's happening. So you need to call them out. Joey, good answer. And make them feel like an individual. And a lot of kids do feel more attentive in that small way. But if we don't make sure to speak to our children, give them time, hear what they have to say. It doesn't even matter what they say. It matters more that we care about them, we show interest in them. That's what it's all about. Now you might say, I don't have the time, I'm busy, I have a million things to do. And the truth of the matter is, you could always make time. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. Just focus in. Make them feel like I'm not invisible. I exist. My opinion counts. They want to hear from me. There's a story of the great Rosh HaYeshiva, Rav Nosson Tzvi Finkel from the Mir. Now he had Parkinson's disease. He was very sick. It's probably the largest yeshiva in the entire world. Building. He was giving shiurim. He was traveling the world, raising money, and he wasn't well. One day, he receives a letter from a little boy, 7-year-old boy named Eliyahu. He heard about the Rosh HaYeshiva, and he sent a letter with somebody to bring to the Rosh HaYeshiva. And he was about 7 years old. And he writes, I know you're a big rabbi. I want to learn Chumash with the rabbi. So what did the Rosh HaYeshiva do? He took a pen and he wrote, hello. Of course we're going to learn together. He wrote that in Hebrew. Lehitraot. We're going to learn. Nilmad Chumash beyachad. And he sent it back to the boy. Oh, he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. That next Shabbat, the Rosh HaYeshiva took a few minutes to sit with this boy Eliyahu and learn Chumash with him. And the next time that boy saw the Rosh HaYeshiva, he said, you know what? That Rosh HaYeshiva, he loves me. He's my best friend. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple of weeks later. But you know what kind of mark that left on the child? The child is just not another name. He exists. We have to make sure that our children feel heard. Because if they don't feel heard from us, they're going to be heard from other people that are going to give them that attention. Sometimes that's not the places we want them to go. I wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom. Let's learn from Hashem, who took the time to give attention to each one of the Shabbatim. let's do the same thing for our children, our students, and the people around us. Shabbat Shalom.